DJ Daniels, he's the youngest member of the Secret Service. Thanks to President Trump during his speech the other night, which this was a very emotional time, especially hearing what DJ has been going through. He does have cancer. What do you call it? Uh, a terminal illness. He had a tumor, I believe, when he was 6. Still struggling, still fighting cancer, but his one of his dreams is to become a policeman, law enforcement. And it was just crazy that he became a Secret Service at 13 years old. I mean, his story, his testimony is just it's crazy. It's heartwarming, uplifting. But just the positivity that him and his dad have. I mean, this little boy, I've seen other videos in the past where girls were mocking him because he wears a uniform. I think that's like his daily wear, seems like, where these girls were mocking him, telling him to arrest them and just kind of bullying him. And he just kept calm. He was calm. He seemed like nothing phased him. But just the relationship of the father and son here in this interview, this particular interview, and other interviews as well, you get to see that the love that they have between each other. And I mean, if we can't learn something from this story here, I mean, we got to be crazy. And I was kind of disgusted with the left during the presidential speech. None of them, I didn't see any of the left stand up, applaud, or nothing, give a standing ovation, or just respect. Who cares what part of the party you're on? This is a story that definitely should be celebrated. But let's go ahead and get into this interview by CBN, Christian Broadcast Network. This is let's listen.
Tell me, when President Trump called you by name and your dad and recognized you, and what did that's such a moment. How did that make you feel?
Great, but I was not expecting him to give me an actual badge for Secret Services. I ain't gonna lie, my jaw dropped all the way to the ground. I could barely even pick it
Look at
up.
that.
What did you think was going to happen?
I had no idea because nobody told me. And the funny part is everybody knew, they just didn't want to tell me.
They told your dad maybe ahead of time?
No, they didn't. They didn't even tell my dad.
Oh, yes, the United States Secret Service. That's pretty special.
I did have the FBI, but I don't think that's my favorite no more. Well, my top 3 favorite is Secret Service, FBI, and ORG. That's the top people that you don't want to mess with.
That's a pretty big deal. I see you're in uniform.
After this, I don't think my friends are going to be want to talk to me.
You think they'll be a little bit envious?
Pretty much.
Yeah. What do you think of President Trump? I mean, what's it like to be in a
I like
room
his
with
sense of
President
humor.
Trump and all of a sudden you're in that room and your name is called, your dad's holding you up, you find out you're a member of the Secret Service. I mean, nobody can even imagine what that's like.
I ain't gonna lie, I think I need to lay off the junk food because he said he almost broke his shoulder.
But what a moment, right?
Pretty much. I'm gonna be honest. That day that I woke up and my dad told me that, I thought he was just joking.
What did your dad tell you?
He told me, you know who just called me for I don't know how he said it. I'm just gonna let him not say it because I'm stuttering.
What happened, Dad?
I told him, you ain't gonna believe me, but I'm not gonna finna tell you that, but you'll never believe who called you. You'll never guess in a million years. And he said, "Not President Trump." I said, "I don't know." So I played it off for a few days, and then I just gave him some clues, and he kind of figured it out on his own. I just told him, "Yep." He was like, "What?" I said, "How you think I felt? I thought it was a scam call. I really did."
He called you
Yeah.
personally
Oh, yeah.
and invited you to the big night.
Exactly. And I spoke to Border Patrol Agent Ortiz that was there. And we were talking, and he said, "Yeah, I got the call, and I thought it was a spam call." I said, "Yeah, me too." So we both thought it had to have been like either Thursday, I guess.
So you didn't even have much notice.
Oh, we didn't need it. I mean, President Trump wanted us to come. There's no excuse why we couldn't get there.
Now, you guys have been probably treated very, very well. You've been to the White House, right? At least how many times? At least twice, right?
Twice.
Mm-hmm. What was that like? What did you do?
Well, I did get to hug everybody. That was the most fun part. Well, really and truly, that wasn't the most fun part. Mostly getting this badge was the fun part.
Mm.
And you're flashing that all over the place now, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you see your role with the Secret Service?
I'm gonna be honest, no one's ever asked me that question. But out of all the police departments, I'd rather work here.
Yeah. How many police departments are you a member of now?
909.
909.
And we don't forget everybody that helped us along the way.
I know you've been through a lot with your medical issues, right? Can you tell me, for people who don't know, can you explain to me some of the medical issues you've been through? What's going on with you?
Well, I couldn't walk or talk. I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't walk or talk, but I used a stuffed animal turtle just to talk, just not in the head and everything.
For folks who don't know, where DJ has a brain tumor, right? Can you tell us, or brain cancer, what he's recovering, or
Well, not exactly where it's at, where it's all over.
can you tell me?
He's got cancer cells all over the place. This is where the original tumor was. It was a pretty good sized one. Now after Barry, we lost lights, and so his medicine went bad. This is as of recent. Now he has another tumor in the original spot. He has one here and another one here. So this drain here and this little contraption here was on this side. It failed, so they had to go back in here and fix it a lot of times. But since they put it here, then if it does fail anytime or break the hose here on the side of his head, if it breaks, they don't know if they're going to be able to find any more ventricles to put the hoses because they're too small, and it runs down from here to his stomach. So, he's got it all down his C3, C4, C5, all those down his back of his neck, down through the spinal cord to the cord to his tailbone. So, I mean, eventually he won't be able to walk, but we're not gonna bring that existence. We're just gonna say we're gonna keep on rolling. They got a singer called King George, and he loves some King George. He said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna keep on rolling." So we're gonna keep it rolling with no excuses. We don't have bad days. We do not have bad days. And we just, what the country folks would say, we just get her done. And that's what we do.
I love that expression.
Oh yeah, gotta get her done. But yeah, he's definitely resilient. He had advanced stage of cataracts. We know he couldn't see. He wouldn't say nothing.
So you're still fighting. You're still fighting.
You know what's crazy to me? If I can't walk and we come in with that wheelchair, we should play that song.
Keep on rolling. Yeah.
How do you feel?
Great.
I don't think I've ever spoken to God so much in my life until after the fact, because I had to try to figure it out. This is a school of life, high school of life, and we're supposed to learn things, and God gave me this great brain of ours to use. It's better than a computer. And I said, well, I need to analyze this and figure out what's going on. There's a lesson behind this. Maybe I can be depressed and feed this energy to him, and then he'll want to give up, or I can sit there and just start doing everything for him. He doesn't do anything for himself. Well, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I said, no, I'll tell you what, we're gonna go out and let everybody lay hands on the child with cancer because you don't see a child with cancer. I said, do you want to do that? He said, yes, sir. I said, do you know the risks involved? He said, yes, sir. And he says, I mean, God's got me. And I said, okay.
Wow,
So we
man,
went
that's
out and he
faith.
started seeing people. He would hug him. He said, God got me. And I couldn't
Faith,
stop
bro.
him. you know, and so he kept on rolling. Said, nah, then he went from hugging to rubbing ball heads for good luck, and obviously he rubbed a lot of ball heads, and it worked. So, you know, um, you gotta stay blessed, faithful, be faithful, and prayed up. You gotta be positive at all times. You know,
How old was he when he was diagnosed?
he was 6.5 years old, so he's been battling it. He's 13 now, half his life.
Wow.
So, you know, grown folks, I don't think we could have took that. Some of us would sit there and put the liquor business out of business, drinking a lot. You know, we'll smoke ourselves to death for something. I don't know. We just give up. But we'd have probably done it the second or third time. He's at 13. Do you see him squealing? Do you see him treating people bad because they don't agree with him?
This man, I'm going to stop right here. This man right here is the model of what a father is supposed to be like. Like he mentioned, he could have been depressed. He could have been sad. He could have been drowned his sorrows until he drank up the liquor store, but he didn't. Because it wasn't about him. It was about his kid, his son. He made sure that his son wasn't felt sorry for, or they catered to him because of his disease. No, he made him work, get up. Hey, let's go pray for these other kids. So he's instilling in his son a lot of value of what a man should be. If anything, this gentleman here, Mr. Daniels, if that's his last name, he's the one that we should also be celebrating. My hat goes off to Mr. Daniels here because this is a tough situation. We've been in tough situation as well in my life and my family. We had similar things. So we understand the difficulty, the trials and tribulation that they have to go through. For this man to keep his composure and for DJ Daniels to just have that sense of um his comedy, right? Sense of humor. I mean, we could learn a lot, guys. We could learn a lot from this story. And I think a lot of it's going to be faith. It's going to be your faith in God, and because you can't find peace, 'cause that's these guys have peace. They have favor. They're blessed, and you don't find that with money. Money can't buy you peace, right? The only person that can bring peace is Jesus. I mean, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. If this little brother ever gets healed, can't blame. They're not gonna blame Jesus. They're not gonna blame God. They're not gonna blame themselves, right? And if they get healed, guess what? They're gonna give God all the glory. We're not guaranteed life. We, we're gonna our flesh is gonna rot. It's gonna die. There's a expiration date on this body, but our spirit would always will live on forever. And it's just up to you where you want your spirit to dwell. Jesus is the only way to salvation, y'all. It's the only way. I'm gonna leave the link below so you guys can go check out the full interview. And just shout out to DJ and his father and his family, because this is the right example of what a father should be, needs to be. We need more fathers in our country, all over the world, like Mr. Daniels here. And I don't know if that's his last name or not, but I'm gonna call him Mr. Daniels. Awesome. Awesome story. What do you guys think about this? I mean, it definitely tugged on my heart. It definitely made me think when I go through trials and tribulations, who am I going to blame? Am I going to be down and out, be depressed, or or am I going to let my faith take over? It's an amazing story, y'all. Guys, please like, please subscribe, please share this video. See you on the next video. Peace.